Well, welcome all, and welcome Mr. Barry Peatling to the Barry Peatling Sports Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, and all my viewers around the world and interstate. It's a very nice, cool day in Melbourne. It's been raining the last 3 days, but there's no rain today.
Right, okay, so...
I've got a couple of things to show these new viewers from my channel football stuff, so that I can play football back in the dark ages. This is one of my little headlines in when I was up in Rapanyup in the early 60s. I got knocked out in the last home and away game and done me a knee, whatever it was, that was the headline because I wasn't playing.
Wow.
Peatling's absence will turn game in Arrow's favour. It sure did. We didn't win. And there's a one here. I was playing Super Rules with was it what's a couple of Australia?
Canberra.
Playing a Canberra game, and I was playing the Super Rules. And there's Dickie Clay, and that's Bazza Boy on the right hand side. I got second best on the ground that day. We beat Cowboy Neil's team was playing.
Wow.
Remember Cowboy Neil?
Yep.
He was coach of the mob, and
I seem to remember a Crackers Keen story.
Yeah, he was with Crackers Keen coming home to play. That's a good photo. That Dickie Clay, superstar from Richmond back in the 60s and 70s.
Yep.
So there
it is live.
I just got to show you my new viewers that I did play a bit of football, whatever, and wasn't too bad either.
Not too shabby. Now we're going to talk about mostly today and give votes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Chelsea versus Edithvale. First game of the season.
First game of the season down at Chelsea Football Ground. The ground was in perfect condition till the rain came, and
what was the crowd like?
Probably the biggest crowd I've ever seen for a wet, rainy day.
It wasn't rainy at the beginning.
No. We sucked them in, got him in. Get him in early and say.
The rain came bang on the start of the fourth quarter.
About the third quarter. And it was.
I left at the end of the third, during the break.
No, I actually started halfway through the third quarter, and I'll tell you now that the game was called off with 7 minutes to go, and I will say something about that later. But that was up till half time. It was pretty even. 4-5 to 6-3. That was.
Well, let's get the first half. Let's get the stats in.
Yeah. Well, the first half I've just written down here was a pretty scratchy, pretty crappy sort of a game, and Chelsea wasn't going too bad, but there was nothing in at half time, and it looked as though it might have been a close game.
4-5 to 6-3.
4-5 to 6-3.
Right, so goal and a half in it.
Look, they were in the game, but there wasn't much. Of course, the second half.
Yeah. So the wind really picked up in the third quarter.
Oh, not so much the wind, the rain, but the rain came and really stuffed it. I should have written down here. It really stuffed a good game up because we were having a bit of a go, and we wasn't getting much result on the scoreboard, but we were having a bit of a go. But they're a good side. Tell you now, don't worry about that. But and they were just too big and strong for Chelsea in the second half. And well, as I say, they kicked 7 goals to Chelsea, 2 goals after half time.
So it was a bit of a blowout, 90 to 37 at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, and of course the Thunder and Lightning came at about 6 or 7 minutes to go. The umpires called the game off, and I'll tell you something about that in a minute. And the umpires called the game off, and the final score was Chelsea 5-7 to Edios 13-12. But what I was saying to Colin before we come in here, I got a rough idea. I reckon I might be right that you've got to have a complete game to get a result, and I think this game might be called a draw, and I'm going to go and ring up someone the next couple of days down Chelsea to check it out. I don't reckon the game has got to be completed before you can get a result.
So you're calling it here first, Barry? This is an
exclusive. I am. I was only thinking about the last couple of days. I reckon that you've got to complete. Same if you have a race, a race, and you come to the 800 metre mark, and someone knocks over, we all fall over. And one fella comes up and wins the race. There's no result. Same as football.
What about the last guy, Stephen Bradbury?
Well, he was. He completed. That was a good example. He completed the race. They all fell over. But I'm really quite sure that this could be a drawn game.
Could be drawn.
And I don't know whether I might ring up someone tomorrow night at training. I'll go down and get someone to inquire, because I reckon. I've never seen a game in my life. I've seen about 1,000.
Yep, more.
That a game has been called up. I remember a game in the VFL back in the 60s. St Kilda down Moorabbin were playing down there, and that was a bog, and I think they called that off. And I reckon that was a draw.
Yep. So, just getting back to the details of the game, Barry, is there any highlights of the game?
I would say the only good highlight of the game was Toddy Gardner's good goal, last goal in the last quarter. But I'll tell you something about Toddy later. But no, look, the rain stuffed up a good game. As I said here, written down here, stuffed up a good game. You can't play good football when it's pouring rain and it's mud and. But they were a pretty classy side. This EDS, I can tell you now. But we had about probably half a dozen, probably might be more, two possessions or less. You can't.
So most of the team just no good.
It wasn't too flash. It was.
You know who you are as well.
Of course, they know who they are, and.
So give us the goal kickers then, Barry.
The goal kickers, Matty Silver kicked 2 brilliant goals. Trip Coney, this little kid, she's number 13. He played last year, kicked 1 goal. Jason Clark kicked a goal. Of course, Toddy Gardner kicked one of the goals of the day in the last quarter. But I'll say something about Toddy Gardner in a minute. But no, it was. The best players. You want the best players?
Give us
right?
the group of best players, Barry.
Yeah, I found a few here. Matty Silver, Bradley Clark, the 2 Clark, Bradley Clark and Jason Clark. They put in every week. I can tell you now. Finney Moore played a fair sort of game too. Finney, well done, Vinny. And Jason, of course, Matty Stewart.
So
and Chewy, beg your pardon. Chewy played a good game the last half in the ruck too. He plays. He's a full-on player. Chewy.
Very good. Okay, let's get to the votes then. 1 vote.
1 vote to Bradley Clark for 3. A good 4-quarter game, Bradley. He always puts in this kid, I tell you, just and 2 votes.
2 votes.
Jason Clark, his brother, took some very good marks around the ground.
And 3 votes.
3 votes to one of my superstars of the future now, Matty Silver. He kicked 2 beautiful goals, and he's a tough little cookie, and he's going to be a star. Well done, Matty. He changed his number 1 now, but it's.
So notable omission in the votes and the best players, Toddy Gardner.
Well, there you go. I'm just telling you before I come on here, it's probably the first time in 4 years I had him in the best players. And I was telling Colin, I'll tell a few people that, I mean, when you have, no matter how good you are, if you don't have a proper pre-season before the season starts, you're in trouble. And he just didn't look as though he was into it.
Wow.
Because he missed, they went overseas, because Matty Baxter was, I think he might be right next week, but Matty Baxter's Bywaters and Toddy went overseas for 4 weeks.
Right.
And that was the pre-season time. He only played 1 game.
Eating pies and...
Well, it should be in
drinking beer.
around Chelsea, mate, but no matter how good you are, you can't perform when you hit to the big stuff, and he just wasn't in it. I mean, I couldn't believe I was watching the same fella. I know he had a different hairstyle, but...
Well, that was his pre-season, a different hairstyle.
No, it was a different hairstyle, I can tell you. But that wasn't, of course, not to play football, but he knows himself, because he's captain. I mean, you can understand if it's an ordinary fella missing the pre-season. Toddy, you're the captain. You should have been there. But anyway,
you can't lead from behind, Barry.
Of course you can't. He leads from the front all the time, but he just wasn't. Anyway, but he knows what's going on. He'll probably have to train a bit harder now to get himself back into business, and he'll be back in pretty quick. Don't worry about that. He won't. I hope he's watching this. But,
all right. So that game's gone. What's next week?
Playing Seaford down in Seaford.
Right.
I think they won. Did you see any results in it?
Yeah, I did see results, but
did Seaford check and give it a quick check out?
Seaford down at Seaford, is that right? Okay.
Seaford away, yeah.
All right. Well, so that's not too bad. Seaford down at Seaford.
Well, just around the corner.
So that's next Saturday, I guess.
Next Saturday, yeah.
And so
well, there's no big
look
drama. You can't find it.
Yeah, so.
But I'm pretty sure about this calling the umpire stopping the game. I reckon we'll get 2 points. Yeah.
Oh, I know, that's a hot tip.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing. So.
Well, you can't. Any sport, if the time is not completed, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not logic. It's not a full game.
Not a full game. So.
If everyone gets sick at half time, it's a different story.
We need to get also just a shout out to the people operating the team app for the
NPL.
to get it to click over the season to 2017. It's not 2016 anymore.
Oh, yeah, get that. Well, tell your phone man to smart enough.
Yeah, smart enough. So we need to actually click it over to season 2017.
Yeah, we get behind.
So maybe.
So you got it there?
Yeah, no, I haven't. So they got the.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
They got the wrong season, but
Well, tell us.
they need to smarten up on the. So that's next week, Barry.
Next week.
And
Yeah.
we look forward to possibly a win there because Richmond's doing pretty well, aren't they? Getting on.
Well,
to
Richmond and
AFL.
Tigers, they're third, and they're just going easy at the moment. And oh, look, that Dustin Martin. I'll tell you what, I've seen some good footballs in my time, the last 40 years. And I'll tell you what, he's got number 4 was held by Jeff Rains, Royce Hart. Now him, he's just about nearly gone in front of Royce Hart. I'm telling you, the way he's playing.
Very dominant.
Oh, they just cannot hold him, and he's kicks the goals when we need him, and he's just tough. They can't hold him, and if he hasn't polled 3 best on the ground, there's something wrong with these umpires. I can tell you now.
Yeah, no, I think he's got 9. Might have 9 votes already.
No, he's got 7 votes in the Sun, Herald Sun. But,
Okay.
But the umpires.
Oh, last week he wasn't as good. He got hit in the third quarter or something.
Oh, he was good. He was pretty good, but he is.
Broke
He
his
had a fractured eye. 2 weeks ago. He didn't worry. He didn't have to wear a mask either. What do you call it? What do you helmet? So no, I don't want to wear them. I just get out there while we go and bash them and give them fractured eyes myself.
So that's it for this week. On the next week, look forward to Seaford and more Richmond wins. Now you've got Cheerios, Barry.
Cheerios, always got Cheerios. Little Ning, little darling. She's back home now. She's been living with her daughter the last week, and the body's starting to come good, kind of. It's starting to get a bit mobile.
She's looking pretty good.
Well, you just seen her about 10.
Saw it just before.
She's looking pretty. Yeah, seen her live.
Reports of her death are greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, that's right. Fix that up. But anyway, but she's looking good. She's looking after little JJ, who's a superstar. That one I was telling you about, it's Ning's daughter's son,
JJ.
And going to be a superstar singer and dancer and footballer. Wow. And of course, PH, I don't know what's going on with PH, but now, what's happening, PH, Sandy and Carlos? Is everything all right?
Yep.
Well, that's good. So give me a call when you got time, mate. Of course, my old mate Bobby Martello, I was telling him he used to play cricket with him years ago. He was at the footy on Saturday.
Oh, good.
And because he's telling me, watch your videos. I said, do you? I said, look, him and his wife, he's a comedian, stand-up comedian, does a bit of pretty good apparently. I was talking to him for a while on Saturday. He does a comedy first or comedy.
So you could tell? Did he tell him that you could book you as a warm-up act?
No, don't worry about that. But he'll be watching this, and his wife Kat's his singer, spelt with a C, not a beg your pardon, spelt with a K, not a C. That's his wife's name, Kat. So that's Bobby and Kat, and they do a duo, and he's plenty of money. It's $500 for 2 hours.
Wow.
So this is for you, Bobby, and your missus. I'll see you next week at the footy, all right?
All right.
So that's about all I've got for today and this week.
So that's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from him and goodbye from me. See you all later.